Good morning INTERWEB. So the next thing we can do with our map is put in a north arrow or compass rose. Now this is largely redundant because, as mentioned in the last video, the convention is that top of the page equals north and at least one line of longitude parallel to the side of the page. You follow that convention, you don't need a north arrow. Nevertheless, it could be a fun art project to embark on, so I'd like to touch on it a little. And also, crafting a north arrow teaches you an awful lot about how Illustrator works. So in general, it's just a cool thing to do. So let's design a north arrow. So Command N for a new document. Again, I'm going to go print, I'll go A3 again, not that it matters, and I'm going to say north arrows. I'm going to put it in millimeters and hit OK. Best practice here, if you're going for a modern looking map, is to keep a north arrow, well, to not use a north arrow for one, but if you are to use one, to keep it really simple. I'm talking like simple as in literally just an arrow. So go up to stroke here and then let's choose some sort of arrow. And let's increase the stroke somewhat, like that. And then let's hit T, type out an N, put it in our, let's put it in the serif font. Scale it up, make it nice and bold. And so that right there is the extent of it, if you're going for a modern convention. But if you look back on historical maps, there tends to be highly ornate north arrows, and to that effect also highly ornate cartouches. So let's look at how to create a highly ornate north arrow. So I'm going to start with my north, south, east, west star. I'm going to click and hold on the rectangle tab here and go down to star tool. I am going to click anywhere on the page, it doesn't matter. I'm going to say it's a 4-pointed star. Radius 2 here is basically where the outer points of the star fall, and radius 1 is where each of the star's spokes connect. So if I were to do, say, 10 on radius 1 and 20 on radius 2, we get a fat looking star like that, where this circle here will be a radius of 20, and this circle in here where the spokes meet will be a radius of 10. We don't want that, doesn't look great, so let's try and find one that looks a little bit better. Yeah, I can live with that. So now I'm going to go up here, make sure align to artboard is selected, vertical align, center align. Really important to keep this centered on the page because lots of stuff is symmetrical here, and if we're centered we can easily copy and paste things. So now I am going to rotate this. I'm going to click and hold shift so it constrains it to 45-degree angles. So I'm going to rotate it by 90 degrees there to get this boil. And for now I'm just going to give him a weird color so he stands out. Let's make him blue. Then I'm going to click my star tool again. I'm going to go into center, click, and I'm going to do another 4-point star. This time I'm going to mess with the radiuses just a little bit. Now I'm going to change the color of this chap here to something that's contrasting, and I'm going to send him down to the bottom of the stack. So Command Shift left square bracket. Then I'm going to lock both of the boils for the time being. Then I'm going to hit Z on my keyboard for the zoom tool, zoom in the center, and now, in the spirit of highly ornate, I am going to start fancying up this outer star. To do this, I am going to click where the spokes intersect here. I am going to click again here, and then again where they intersect here, and then I'm going to find the center, which hopefully is there. Click, and then click again. Now I'm going to give this another mad color so it stands out. And the idea is we're going to chop this shape away from this shape. Now we want to mimic this on all 4 spokes. I'm going to go Command C, Command F to paste it. I'm going to hit R on my keyboard for the rotate tool. I'm going to click on the center here, and then I'm just going to click and drag, holding shift around, and we're going to get a copy, like so. Going to go Command C, Command F to do the same thing. With the rotate tool still selected and the rotate point still in the center, click and drag and hold shift to rotate around. And repeat the process again. Command C, Command F, rotate tool still selected, click and drag around. Perfect. So now I'm going to select those boils and I am going to unlock my star and select the star. I'm going to hit Shift M on my keyboard, hold down the Alt key and click on all the bits I want to get rid of. So I'm going to do that, 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 and that. And hey presto, we've just made our star that little bit more fancy. So what else can we do? Let's add in some light and shade, shall we? So I am going to go P on the pen tool for the pen tool again. I'm going to find the center here. I'm going to find the edge here. And then I'm going to click on out over here until it snaps to the center line and all the way down to close up the shape. Going to make this shape black. And then I'm going to select it and select this spoke. Again, Shift M, Alt, hold down Alt and click to get rid of that. And now we have made a shadow. Just like before, we're going to rotate this all the way around. So select it, hit or, bring your rotate point, not there, bring it to here, to the center. And then Command C, Command F to make a copy. Click and drag to rotate. Holding Shift again to constrain it to 45 and 90 degrees. And repeat the process. And would you look at that, now we got some shadows. Let's make some highlights. So select all our blue parts. And these are usually white, which means we won't be able to see them. So I'm going to zoom out and I'm just going to fill my canvas with some sort of color. Everything's going to pop off. Let's do a yellow. Let's do a yellow. Boom, and let's close that guy. Awesome sauce. Now I would recommend grouping everything here, like that, and then probably recommend locking it as well. All right, let's see what else can we do with this inner star. So let's make a circle again in the center. Let's drag it out. Let's give it maybe that sort of radius, maybe something like that. Hit Shift X to flip the colors, so we have black stroke, no fill. Going to hit stroke, going to go on the inside, going to increase my stroke to something like that. Now, so I want to select this. I want to go to Object, I want to go to Path, and I want to go Outline Stroke. That makes the stroke an editable shape. I want to unlock my secondary star, hit both of them, hit Shift M, and now I'm going to get rid of everything inside the circle here. So I'm just going to click and drag all the way around. Boom, done. Click this guy. I'm going to make him the same color. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that because they should be black. So I'm going to go this, select all these boyos, group them and make them black. Command Shift left square bracket sends it to the back of the stack. Move it up one with Command right square bracket to bring it just in front of the background color. Now, how's that looking? That looks pretty gravy to me. Let's add some detail inside the little spokey thing here. So we hit L for our circle tool again. I'm going to need to zoom in more actually. So now we hit L. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw yet another circle. I'm going to drag this out until it's nearly touching this chap. Something like that. Going to flip the colors again, Shift X. And I'm going to give it, am I going to give it one point of stroke? Hold on. Sure, let's give it, yeah, let's do that. Anyways, it's only for demonstration purposes, so it doesn't really matter. So that's this circle. I'm going to go Command C, Command F to create another circle. Going to drag this chap all the way down to something very teeny tiny, like so. Going to make sure the stroke is the same as this chap, so hit I and then select that chap. Looking good, looking good. So we select those two, and if we recall the first video in this series, we talked about the blend tool and how you can make cool gradients. You can also do cool things with circles with the blend tool. So if you go to Option, blend options. You can hit the number of steps, select specified steps, put in whatever number suits, hit OK, nothing happens, don't worry about it, go to object, go to blend, and go to make. And then you end up with this cool looking thing. Command Shift left square bracket sends it all the way to the bottom of the stack. Command right square bracket sends it back up one just above our background. And let's zoom out and have a gander. Pretty. Now let's make more circles, lots of circles. These north arrows are basically, or compass roses in a way, are basically just circles, like just lots and lots and lots of circles with a propeller stuck in front of them. So let's make another circle. Let's drag this chap out. Let's zoom out a bit more. I'm gonna drag this guy to here. No. Here. Yeah, somewhere like that. Let's give him 1 point of stroke again. Sure, I can live with that. And then we go Command C, Command F. Let's move this down ever so slightly, like that. And then let's give it a lot of stroke. Like, what's that? 3, 4, 5. Too much. 3. Stroke. I'm going to make it an inside stroke. Cool. Then I'm going to select this guy, go Command C, Command F, drag him down. Oh, again, I'm holding Alt and Shift constrained proportions when I click and drag. And I'm going to make something that looks like, we make it like this. Make that, something like that, maybe. Maybe something like that. This I'm going to revert back to normal 1 stroke though. Sure. Now, my big propeller here on front, in fact, all the propellers. Let's hide all of the propellers. Boop, boop. Done. Now, let's make some spokes here to mark out our degrees. So I'm going to hit P on my pen tool, and I am going to find roughly the center here. And I'm going to do something like that. I'm going to hold Shift and drag and do something like that. Now, to make sure this is perfectly aligned, simply make sure Align to Artboard is selected and then vertically align. And then I'm going to select it again. I'm going to go up to Effect. I'm going to go to Distort and Transform. Go down to Transform. I'm going to set my point of transformation to be the middle of the shape, i.e. the center of our canvas. I am going to say I want 24 copies made. And to make sure that those 24 copies are spaced evenly, go up to Angle here, and then do 360 degrees, divided by 24. Keep everything else the same, hit OK. Spokes are go. Let's see what they look like with the propellers. And in fact, let's bring the old propellers up to the front. Not too shabby. Now, I want to get rid of all of this stuff on the inside, so I'm going to hit this again. Now, notice that this one only selects, not everything else. To make sure that everything is editable, I'm going to have to go to Object, Expand Appearance, and now I can edit all the bits and bobs. And I also am going to expand Stroke, Outline Stroke. So now they're all individual shapes. I'm going to go to this chap here and go Command C, Command F, fill this boyo in. Select him plus all the spokes, and then same thing as usual, go Shift M, hold Alt, and then just click and drag everything you want to get rid of. Cool! Looking gravy. Now let's add even more detail. So let me go L on the keyboard for my ellipse tool, and let me draw in a little circle here. Now that's miles too big, so let me shrink him down into something like that, maybe? Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. So same shtick again, we're going to send them all the way around. So again, I'm going to copy them, Command C, Command F, and then I'm going to send them all the way down to here. Roughly align it such that it is the same as above, but don't worry too much about it because you're going to select both. You're going to hit G to group them, and then you're going to make sure Align to Artboard is selected, and you're going to vertically align, and that'll make sure that they're evenly spaced around the center. So we hit those guys again, and then I go Effect, Distort and Transform, Transform. Make sure it's in the center again, because we're going to spin everything around the center, i.e. the center of the artboard. Again, I want 24 copies, and I want to go 360 degrees, divide it by those 24 copies, and hit OK. Click on it again, and then go Object, Expand Appearance. Oh, actually, it just occurs to me, I could have done 12 copies. That was silly of me, but, you know, here we are. It doesn't really make a difference. So let me get rid of Spiky McSpike here. Let's right-click on this chap here. Let's ungroup these boyos. I want to lose everything that is under that propeller. So I'm going to get rid of this chap. I'm going to click it again. Then I'm going to get rid of this chap. I'm going to click it again. I should have done 12 copies, not 24. My apologies, Internet. I'm going to lock everything else. Command A to select all, Command G to group them all together, bring back my propellers, and hopefully, yes. Okay, now, I'd like to put a circle a little bit further out on these chaps, so maybe about there, which means about here maybe, and also I want it to be the same size circles, so, do I? Maybe I don't, hold on. Maybe I don't. Maybe I want it to be a slightly bigger circle. No, maybe. I'll tell you what I do want. I want it to be this. Again, if we're going in the spirit of more detail. More is more. Draw a circle like that. Perfect. Let me drag this bio up a little bit. Now, hit A on your keyboard to bring up the direct selection tool. Click on this anchor point. And I am going to just drag this anchor point up a little bit to make it a little spike. I am going to hold Alt on this anchor point and I'm just going to drag it in until it disappears. Hold Alt, drag it in until it disappears, until I end up with something that looks kind of like that. Command O to zoom back out again. Yeah, I could live with that. I could live with that. So I'm going to select this and let's do a different method of rotation again. So we hit OR on our keyboard, bring up the rotation tool. Let's plop it into the center there. Hold Shift while clicking and dragging so we can get that. Beautiful. Command C, Command F to make a copy. Hold Shift, click and drag. Beautiful. Command C, Command F, make a copy. Hold Shift, click and drag. And one more for the road. Done. Cool. And then all that's left is to fill in some text. I'm going to take the propeller. I'm going to take the big propeller, move it all the way to the front, and everything else, I believe, is gravy. Cool. I'm going to hit T for the text tool and I'm going to type N. Again, I'm going to make it my serif text and then I'm just going to make it bigger. Something like that. Actually, make sure it's exactly aligned. So center align and horizontally align. And then I'm going to Command C, Command F, drag it down. And I am going to write S for south. And then let's fill in west and east. Done, 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 done. Excellent. Let's fill in our minor coordinates here. Copy him. Type in northwest in lowercase, drop the font weight a fair bit, and then rotate 45 degrees, like so, and do something like that. Command C, Command F, let's drag this guy. If you hold Shift, it'll constrain the 45 degrees, which is always handy. And then we go southeast, and then Command C, Command F, rotate them, and then we do southwest and northeast. Bingo. Command A to select everything, not the background. Do not want the background. Command G to group it all together. Click and drag, drop it into our main map. That's obviously ginormous, so let's scale this down. Alt Shift, click and drag. Let's scale it way down. And let's drag it up into the corner here. Let's make it even smaller. Something like that. Now this is too ornate. I wouldn't usually do this, but again, for the sake of demonstration. Also, what you might want to do is you might want to watermark this. So like drop the opacity way, 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 way down. and just have it as a faint like little thing going on there. It's up to you. Or alternatively, you could keep the opacity the way it is, and you can apply a blending mode of some description, and that can have various sort of overlaying effects. And yeah, so you can play with it and see what you get. And yeah, that I believe is it for today. I will leave it there. I hope you enjoyed, internet. Until next time, cue end screen. Good morning, INTERWEB. Go check out Nathan Mangion, links in all the usual places. This series is based on his incredible maps. You're going to love them. Go send them some love. Also, go check out my podcast, the Artifexian podcast. It's basically hours upon hours of me and my best friend talking world building and conlang. What's not to love? Links as well in all the usual places. Regardless, thank you for watching. Thank you to all the wonderful folks over on Patreon who make Artifexian a possibility. Special shout out goes out to Alexander Roper, Andrew P Chehayl, John Hooyer, Ripta Pasay, Spencer Brownlee, and World Anvil. Literally couldn't do it without you guys. Thank you. Until next time, Edgar out.